Real estate housing supply. Right now, there are 99,000 properties for sale in the entire state of Florida. So yes, you did hear that correctly. In the beginning of February 2024, according to fastexpert.com, there were 99,000 properties for sale in the entire state of Florida, making it the nation's #1 market for homes for sale, followed by Texas in second place, coming in at 92,000 homes for sale. So housing supply is something that's always being talked about. You always hear it in the news. It's a buzzword that everybody's been saying lately. So we wanted to break it down for you, let you know what it is exactly, how it's shaping the real estate landscape, and what you can anticipate, especially in Florida 2024. So right now we are at the Detweiler pickleball and basketball courts and park as well on the beach side. It is a lively day for pickleballers. It is a beautiful Saturday morning, probably like 65-ish degrees or so. If you don't know what housing supply is, really in short what it is it is the amount of homes for sale in the market at any given time, and these are also going to include new construction homes as well. So this includes your existing homes and new construction homes as well, and this is your housing supply. It's important for sellers, buyers, investors, and policymakers to understand the current housing supply situation, aka housing inventory, because that's going to really determine the outlook of the market and will help you anticipate market trends. So if there's a lot of homes on the market, that means it's going to be more of a buyer's market. It's going to be more competitive for sellers to get their homes sold. Buyers have more choices, and that's going to help drive the prices down. Conversely, on the flip side, when you don't have a lot of homes on the market, that's going to be more of a seller's market. It's going to drive the prices up. It's going to be more competition. And that's when you see things like the bidding wars, people paying for homes above asking price. So other factors to consider are going to just be overall economic conditions. Interest rates obviously affect the housing supply, and you have just your demographic shifts of people moving from different spots across the nation. And like we've been talking about for the past few months, we're really seeing an opening up of secondary markets with people moving to non-traditional locations because of remote work, accessibility, and things like that as well. Let's talk about some other things in regards to housing supply. All right, let's go over 3 things that are impacting the housing supply or the inventory. So starting out with the obvious, #1 is going to be interest rates. When interest rates are higher, obviously the purchasing power is going to be lower, which right now that seems to be the case, and it's dampening the buyers, I guess, enthusiasm or appetite for wanting to go run out there and make a purchase on a home. So with that being said, homes are still buying, homes are still being sold, and average days on the market in the new Smyrna Beach area is going to be about 62 days on market before it goes under contract, and then from there you're going to have about another 30 to 40 days until the property actually closes. We've got a little island traffic jam going on right here. It's just something to consider. When interest rates are higher, you typically have a slowing down in the real estate market as a whole, just because that strong purchasing power wasn't there like it was before with the lower interest rate. That is going to increase the overall housing supply. The second thing that we're seeing that's affecting the housing supply is going to be population. In Florida, we're still having about 1,000 people move to Florida per day, so that is affecting the housing supply. Even though we've got 99,000 homes on the market, we still as a nation are in a housing crisis, and this has really started back in 2008 when this started. The National Association of Realtors is making the statement that we still need 5.5 million homes to kind of get to a break-even point and get outside of the crisis of having the home shortage. Population is definitely something that is affecting the housing supply and the inventory. And the third thing that I think people really kind of overlook and don't really pay too much attention to when we're talking about housing supply is going to be policy changes. Policy changes are going to be things like zoning regulations, tax incentives, and overall housing laws. So these are all going to be great influencing factors on what's happening in the market as far as people wanting to come work, live, and play in the areas, and is it enticing new construction and other incentives for builders to come in and build homes and for people to just come in and live in the areas. So policy is definitely a big one and something that you should be paying attention to when you are moving to a new area, making sure that you're not going to be living in an area that's going to be imposing or impeding laws on you and your household on what you're really wanting to do when you're living in your own home. All right, so let's talk Florida. Florida right now, the economists are projecting a strong real estate outlook, and that's going to be for one of the biggest reasons is going back to policy. Florida is inviting and encouraging new construction, so that's huge, and we're really kind of spearheading and just and heading this issue head on is with new construction. It's a double-edged sword. People hate it, people love it, regardless of what side of the fence you are on with it. It's a need, and we're trying to fill the need. Florida is trying to make amends for that, especially with the increase in population. The other big thing that Florida is doing is they have legalized low-density housing. So what this is, it's basically a restructure of zoning that has happened, where before you wouldn't have been able to build any home in a particular zoned area. Florida has seen a need where we need more affordable housing, so they are allowing new construction or developers to come in and build affordable housing in these what would have been non-correct zoned places to build homes. So, and it can't just be any home, it has to be classified as a affordable housing. So it's giving the the little guy a chance to be able to get in. And with the new construction, it's the more homes that are in the market, it's going to help keep prices a little bit lower. And it's the other important thing is it's going to help keep rental rates lower as well. I know that's kind of a joke saying that with how high rentals are right now and how tough they are to come by, but with more supply, hopefully that will help alleviate some of that issue. So, kudos to Florida with approving the low density rezoning format there. So I think that's going to be a big help. I think we're going to see a lot of other great things come from that just because of the affordability there as a whole. All right, so let's talk about what this means for sellers and buyers in the real estate market. Should you wait? Should you not wait? Should you stay? Should you go? What should you do? These are the questions we get asked all the time. And our answer simply is you need to do what is best for you and your family at the current time. So if you have the luxury of waiting, great, but if you wait, you may miss an opportunity. So, we're always a big proponent of if you're able to do something, just go ahead and do it, because you never know when that other home is going to come up on the market, or if you needed to sell your home, if that particular buyer is going to be there to want to buy that home then at that current time. So the big thing that we really see right now is that we've got a lot of buyers that are saying they want to wait for interest rates to go down. Inventory is already up, so they have their choice of homes right now, but they're really trying to squeeze the juices there and get a little bit extra, meat off the bone, or a little bit more purchasing power. So that's great, but the big challenge with that is when the interest rates go down, that means all the other buyers are going to be back out in the market, off on the sidelines. They're going to be in the arena, and then you guys are going to be fighting over the houses again. And then that's going to be good for the seller, because then it's going to go more into the seller's market, and then that will be more bidding wars. Really pay attention to the market, what's going on. Yes, lower interest rates are good, but the negative side to them is that there's going to be more buyers out there and more competition. Sellers, for you, the big thing to think about is positioning, especially right now when we're in a little bit more of a buyer's market. So it's important to see what's actually sold, but it's also important to see what your competition is. You want to be able to price your home at or a little below whatever your competition is, so that way when people are comparing homes, they're going to be able to take a look at yours and see that, hey, they can get this for this amount of money, and then they're gonna look at the neighbors and say, well, I can get that for that amount of money. What's gonna be the better value? And more importantly, what's gonna be the better perceived value for that potential buyer? So you wanna do the best you can, use a local real estate agent. My name is Chris Schwartz, my business partner is Tim Loomis. We own White Whale Real Estate. Please remember to like, subscribe, and follow. If you find this video helpful, or if you'd like to know anything else about the real estate, housing supply, real estate in general, or just New Smyrna Beach, Daytona Beach greater area, please let us know in the comments. We're happy to help any way that we can. And again, sellers, make sure you pay attention to positioning. It will help you get your home sold faster. Buyers, don't wait for the interest rates to go down. If you see something you like, go ahead and go for it. See you guys soon.